Happy Monday, Inspire Beauty. I am super pumped to dive in to tonight and our content, so I'm just going to go right on into it. Share my screen. Let's get our faces out of the way for a hot second. Perfect. All right. I am going to dive right in with some recognition. You guys, last week when I shared this board, it was 9 lives changed and counting. Since last week, we've helped 3 lives, which is incredible. But last week, I posed a challenge, you guys. In our team page, I said, if everyone just helped one person, there's like well over 100 people on our team. And if everyone just said, hey, why don't you take these last 100 days and just help keep me accountable? I'll be your success partner. Let's do this together. Let's forget New Year's resolutions. Forget that it's the holidays. Let's do this a healthy way. Let's do this together. And if we all just went hand in hand with one person, I'm not saying success club, I'm saying help one, that would ignite a movement on our team, right? Because we already, like I said, have helped 12 lives. But if everybody helped one, we would literally go from helping 12 people to overnight helping well over 100 people. I think that's pretty stinking incredible, and we have the power to do it, but there's so many fears and so many things in our way. I think that if we, as adults, we get to this place in our life where all of our fears, all of our doubts, all of our insecurities, all of our excuses, everything that's failed before allows us to stay in this place of stagnation. And I see that happening, and I am here to preach to you tonight, get unstuck. Do not let yourself be stuck. Okay, so if you feel like you've been stuck, there are so many resources out there, including a mentor that freaking loves the heck out of all you, that would be more than happy to help you get unstuck. But sometimes we have to get out of our own way first and acknowledge, you know what, I'm stuck. I'm trying to spin my own wheels and it's not working. And I just want to know, how can I simplify this? How can I just get unstuck and do what I've set out and come to this team to do, right? Which is help other people change lives. So super, super proud of all the names on this leaderboard, but we've got literally next Monday when I post this on the recording next Monday, it will be the last Monday of the month. And so it will be the final leaderboard. So I want to see this dramatically change. And I believe that it is possible, but it starts with us, right? Current ranks, they're pretty much the same as last week. You guys, I'm sharing this every week. It's a new thing. If you didn't check this out last week, I'm sharing this to show that I cannot talk, you guys. I literally just did 6 weeks of the sample workout, and I can't talk anymore. He's just taking my words out of my mouth. I guess the only words I have left are cuss words for him. But please bear with me. I'm trying so hard right now, and I feel like I'm stumbling all over my own mouth. But I started doing this last week because I want you guys to see how normal it is, number one, to come in and out of ranks, yeah, but how abnormal it is to stay there. Right? And so if you know, oh my gosh, I was a diamond coach at one point, but your name's not even on this current rank board, let this be the last week that it's not on the rank board. And if your rank has dropped and it is on this board, but it's dropped, get a fire in your belly. How do I get my coaches back active? One of the strategies I used this week, you guys, is I wanted people to join my last 100 challenge. And I had coaches reach out, Brittany, I want back in. And you know what I told them to do? Go get your account active. Get your account active, get a product in your hand, 50 PV, and then I'll gladly add you back in. And you know what? They did. They went and they got active. Awesome, right? And so start talking to your coaches in that way, encouraging them to take advantage of the fact that they became a coach for a reason, right? If they became a coach because they wanted the discount, then they need to use the discount. There's no discount if you're literally not buying products, right? What I do want to mention, though, is that Elizabeth is on this board with 3 asterisks next to her name because she got her rank back this week. And so I wanted to also just recognize that a lot of these names on this board are either in the same place as last week or have fallen off this board. I had to remove some names this week, right? But Elizabeth, I'm super proud of. She got her name back onto Emerald. Both her coaches are active underneath her. Not only does that help Elizabeth and her team and her goals and just everything that they're working for, but that also helps her upline. And that upline and the entire team, right? Like no man is on an island here. So I just want you to know that every time we see somebody like get back to their rank, we should be freaking celebrating that hard, because that doesn't just affect that person, but it affects all the lives in their circle, plus the lives in the outer circle as well. Okay. October calendar, we've got a new month coming up upon us. So I want to show you kind of a little sneak peek inside my head of what's happening. So number one, 6 weeks of the work launches on Monday next week, a week from today. Now, I am not promoting the launch per se right away on Monday, okay? Because I'm not starting 6 weeks of the work, and I'll get to that here in a second, until November, till I'm done with MM100. Okay, but I want you to know that, because your calendar does not have to be my calendar. So if you are planning on starting 6 weeks of the work and getting the ball rolling on that, remember it launches Monday. And if that is something that's like on your radar to kick off a challenge group with, make sure that you're promoting that and that you know all the ins and outs. That we'll go over here in a second. Coach Sneak Peek, our 3-day one that we do every month. I decided to do it at just the way the calendar worked out. Our September sneak peek is actually October 1st, 2nd, 3rd next week. So all week long, you're going to see me talking about coaching in my feed. I'm going to be talking about it on my stories. I'm going to be inviting people behind the scenes to get into this sneak peek, so that next week on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I have a crowd that I'm talking to, right? With the intent that on Friday and Saturday, I'm getting these people set up for success. On Sunday the 6th, we will kick off a new coach call for October, and our Coach University is going to kick off on Monday the 7th. The Coach University is not just for brand new coaches. It's for brand new coaches who are stuck in their business, who feel like they need maybe just a little bit more of the basics, right? Coaches who need a restart or a fresh start. Okay, maybe you've been sitting stagnant for a while, or a coach on your team has started the business a year ago. On the National Wake Up Call this morning, she said one of my favorite lines: we all have a join day, but we also all have a start day. And maybe October 7th is your start day. Maybe that's the line that you're going to draw in the sand, or one of your coaches is going to draw in the sand, and you're going to say, I want to do this business. I want to get serious about it. I want to end the year strong, because the best way to start 2020 strong in January is to kick booty in October, November, and December. I hope you realize that this is a business of delayed results, delayed gratification. So if you want to rock January 2020, and you're like, that's when I'm going to take off, 2020 is my year for the business, it starts in October. It starts with what you do in that last quarter of the year. Okay? So Coach University is kicking off on the 7th. That's also when our October book club begins. Notice on the team page, I did a vote poll for the 2 books that we are voting between to do for October book club. I've got 2 rules for October book club. Number 1, you read the book that we pick. And number 2, that you share your tracker every single day, regardless if it's filled out or not. Now, if you're in the book club right now and you have not been following those rules, I want to kindly remind you that those are my only 2 rules for that, is that you read the book that we're reading and that you engage in the dialogue that we're having, which happens to be talking about the chapter of the day, as well as sharing your daily tracker, regardless of what's filled out on it. You guys can even go back and see, if you're in the book club, all of my trackers that are not perfect. They're just not, and I don't ever intend to be. Right? I lead from the front. I don't lead with perfection. Okay, Pumpkin Everything Challenge. I'm kicking that off again this year. Sarah is going to co-lead it with me, and we are fixing to do that. That's like a Sarah term. The 21st through the 25th. I just want you to know that this is not a free group. I am doing this as a mini challenge, a micro challenge, but entry into this group is either Pumpkin Spice Shakeology, or if they are like deathly allergic to Shakeology or pumpkin or whatever the case may be, they have to purchase something to get into the group. And we'll also do a free bod membership, trial membership with that, in with our desire to be at the end to be able to upsell them on the challenge pack and whatnot, right? So that's kicking off on the 21st through the 25th. And if you want in on that, I'm fine with that, but just remember, it's not a free group that we're promoting. It is they do have to buy some sort of product to boost volume and commission. Okay, and Diamond Retreat, you guys, is the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of November, kicking off into the next month. Keep in mind that the 3rd of November is also a Coach Super weekend, right? It's a Coach Super weekend. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so check your back office to see where that is near you. Let's talk about 6 weeks of the work, okay? So it is a 6-week program, duh. 36 unique workouts. So I'm going to gather that it's 6 days a week, right, with one rest day. There is a clean version and explicit version. So he does cuss in this workout. So if your customers have children nearby when they're working out, or you do, or you just don't want to hear yourself being cussed out at 6 in the morning, there is a clean version for you to press in BOD. The sample workout is live right now. That's what I just did a little bit ago. It's intense, y'all. And there's a fit test as well. The fit test is not a video sample. It's literally like a test that he takes you through. So you do the exercises and you pencil in what results you got, but that's all in BOD already. And in your back office, they already have the sample workout link. So you can start giving that to people. This is our newest super trainer, Amwala Caesar. And you guys, the sample workout is a clean version, FYI. Okay, so who is this workout for? It's for anyone looking to achieve new levels of fitness. It's anyone who wants challenge, building strength, agility, mobility, and somebody who's committed, like seriously committed and wants results. This ain't your mama's workout. So this is probably not a great one for the lady who nothing's ever worked and she is wishy-washy. She's always 1 foot in, 1 foot out, right? Like, no, this is probably not for her. This is an intense workout program. And so you want to make sure that you are literally getting people's goals, because when it comes to a program like this, it's not for everyone. And that's okay. And it might not even be for you listening to this right now. And that's okay too. But you have to know, this is the thing. I need to know everything about every program we have, because somebody out there who I'm speaking with might need this. It might be a solution for their problem, right? And if the best coaches are the ones who do their research and do their homework, and you know where I found all this information, my friends? Under the program material guide in my back office. Literally, when you click on your back office and you log in, and you scroll down to the breaking news, it's one of the first things you can click on. And when you click on that link that it's coming out next week, you're going to see FAQ, you're going to see the sample workout link, and you're also going to see a program materials guide. Clicked on that, and it's all the selling points, it's everything you need to know about it. And so it's important that you take time in your day, in your Beachbody workday, to educate yourself on things like this, right? So that when someone does tell you their goals, you could say, this program would be really great for you, right? Okay. How can you promote it? Well, first of all, I want you to decide if you are doing this program. And if so, when is your start date? For me, my start date is after MM100. I think it's November 11th. And the way that I worked it out personally for myself is it's exactly 6 weeks before the Christmas holiday. So it's not 6 weeks till the end of the year, because I think, I've done these groups long enough now, I think that the last 2 weeks or week and a half of the calendar year, people don't need to get their butt kicked with a workout. They want to spend time with their family and relax and eat all the food, right? And so I cater my groups to match that, to still promote self-care during the holiday time, but not to beat yourself up and kill yourself, right? That's for January 1st for most people. So I timed it for 6 weeks from like the weekend before Christmas. So that's what I did. And I backed up to that start date. And from there, I'll back up 2 weeks and I will start promoting it 2 weeks from that start date, right? But if you're doing this, you need to figure out what your personal start date is. Do the sample workout, do the fit test, do it multiple times. If you go to his Instagram handle, or he also has an @thework, you can share the videos, posts onto your stories to create curiosity. You guys, when you share things that Beachbody's created, for example, this picture right here, I took this straight from the page @thework. But this picture will never, ever, ever go on my feed. It will you will never see it in your scroll when you're on Facebook or on Instagram. You might see it. You will see it. Actually, I used it on one of my stories to say, you know, email me if you want the info on this workout, or email me if you want the sample workout, right? So I use it there, but I will never use promotional graphics on my Instagram, because I am not Beachbody. I am not a walking billboard for Beachbody. When I see a graphic like this, if I am on his Instagram page, I'm going to think, that guy's badass. If I see it on Brittany Frost's Instagram page, I'm going to say, Brittany's trying to sell me something, and I'm going to unfollow her. And people will do the same to you. So hear me now when I say, do not use this graphic or any of the work graphics in your own personal feed. Please, please, please spare yourself the time, because it's just wasted time. Something better, though, is to explain why you're doing this program and who you're looking for in your groups. great idea would be the same people we just talked about here. Anybody who's looking to achieve new levels of fitness, anyone who's looking for a challenge, right? Your current challengers who crushed MM100 or who have been rocking this year, your current coaches who have also been doing the same, that's who this is for, right? We need a base level of fitness. So that would be great to email your current coaches, challengers, past clients, and let them know about this as well. And even running a giveaway in your groups to encourage people to try it. I was thinking about doing like Work It Wednesdays, where on Wednesdays I do a raffle for people who also do the sample workout of 6 weeks of the work, either in exchange of their MM100 or whatever workout they're doing in our group right now, or in addition to, and just run giveaways every Wednesday. So people are forced, in a sense, to try it out. So get creative, start thinking of ways that you can also implement this into your groups. Okay, there are 3 paths to get started, like always, right? We always have our coach and our returning customers with 2 options and a new client, brand spanking new client, okay? First 2 is going to be a coach who has everything, a coach who has Shakeology, has Performance Line, all the goods. Now, if you have everything, you can purchase the VIP early access. I think right there it says for coaches it's $37.46. And there's equipment add-ons. You can buy a bar. If you don't have sliders or the loops from 80 Day Obsession, those are utilized in this program as well. So you can add the equipment on. But another thing that I've done, and I did this with Morning Meltdown, is I have Beachbody on demand, but what I did is I would cancel my Performance Line or cancel my Shakeology or cancel both. That's actually what I did for MM100. I canceled both my Shakeology and my Performance Line, and I ordered the BOD completion pack because it's $180. And for $180, let's see, for Shakeology, that's already $100, right? For me, it's $99. For Performance Line, that's another $89, so we'll call it $90. So we're at $190. And then the VIP early access is $37.46. We'll call it $40. So what am I at? 190 plus 40, $230. You guys, for $230, I could buy the VIP early access, or $230, I could pay for my Shakeology, pay for my Performance when both those go through on my auto ship, and then do my VIP early access. Or I could cancel all that stuff and get it all lumped together in a completion pack for $180. That is a really smart, frugal way to do it, especially if you're like me and all my stuff pretty much gets debited at the top of the month, right? By the 5th of the month, my Shakeology, my Performance Line, it all gets taken out of my bank account. And if I'm ordering this at the top of October as well, I might as well save myself, save myself quite a bit of money and get the completion pack, right, with my Shakeology and my Performance. So that's if they have BOD. Okay, so these would be your returning customers. I always say that is also a better suggestion for them. Figure out when your customers have their Shakeology renewing. Figure out or if maybe they don't want Shakeology this month and they want to try Energize and Recover this month, especially with this workout, you guys, they need Recover. Like, there is no if, and, or but about needing Recover. I literally, like I said, I just did it. It kicked my butt. And if you check out my story, not right now while we're on this call, but later, if you check out my story, you'll see some of these moves are very intense with the weights and the lunges and the this and the that and the plyo. So Recover is a must. So I would highly encourage my customers who maybe only have ever tried Shakeology to get Recover and Energize in a completion pack with this one, right? That boosts volume. We've talked about that before. You can even check out all these add-ons when you are sharing about this with people. That Hydrate would be a great add-on. You're loving collagen. You're loving what it's doing for your nails and your skin and your hair. There's your Energize. Everybody loves Energize, right? Beach bars, all the good things. You can just show them these add-ons. And then a brand spanking new client, you can see all the packs are like normal, like we normally see. Guys, you're going to see these numbers reduced here for the basic, favorite, and committed packs. $10 reduction over here for the completion, and a $20 off reduction for the challenge pack. I want to address this really quick though. Notice at the bottom it says that every coach will receive a unique promo code that they can use personally. So you can use your own promo code, you guys, or share it with your customers to get that $20 off challenge packs and to get $10 off the completion packs. You guys, you will not get the $10 off without the promo code. So these numbers I'm showing you, they're not like in October it's on sale for $130. No, in October you can get a basic pack for $130 if you have the $10 off promo code. Every coach who is active will get these promo codes, and you can use them an unlimited number of times. during the value period or valid period, which I believe goes through October 31st. So keep this in mind. If like right now you're looking at your account and you're like, I'm not active, or you've got a coach down in your downline that's not active, man, they need to get active. Number one, they need to be active because they just need to be active. Like that's why you joined, was to do this, right? So let's do this. But number two, if they're not active, they're going to be paying full price, and any customers that they potentially get in October will also be paying full price because they will not have that promo code. Does that make sense? Do you guys have questions on that? If you do, please like address those in the chat so I can talk through those. You will not get these deals without that promo code. And it's one code for every coach. They'll be emailed out to you. It will be emailed out to you. And you'll use that you'll use that code on yourself when you purchase, if you get a completion pack or a challenge pack, and you'll also gift that same code. That exact same code will be gifted to somebody who's buying a challenge pack or a completion pack, okay? Okay, that's it with 6 weeks of the work, okay? Let's talk photos. I'm super excited tonight to talk about photography and just the aesthetic look of your feed, because I think that, and I said this a little bit in our event page, but I believe that you guys have great content, shareable, readable, like trustworthy, amazing content. But I think sometimes our content gets stopped and stuck in the scroll because our pictures aren't scroll stopping worthy. Okay. And there are a lot of tricks I've learned over the years, and some of them just seem so simple to me that I was like, I need to do kind of a zoom on this so I can share just some of my best practices that I literally do every day to ensure that my pictures are something that my caption is going to get read because my picture makes somebody want to stop and read it, right? Now, first and foremost, lighting. Couple of my best lighting tips for you. Number one is anytime you're taking a picture, and I want to escape this really quick out of presentation mode because I kind of want you guys to be able to see my face slightly. Hold on. Okay, hopefully you can see my face. I'm going to move, let me see if I can move this over here. Okay, when I'm taking a picture and I have my phone here, if I have light behind me, like you see that light's on back there, you guys, the picture's not going to be as good of quality until I turn this way and I put the lighting behind. Okay, so we always want, this might be basic to some of you guys, but I really want to make sure I say this because sometimes I think some of the most basic things are some of the things we overlook. The lighting should always be behind what you're doing. So again, like here is like the lighting is terrible over my head. And so I've figured out that if I do this, like that helps the lighting situation a little bit. Okay, right now the lighting is pretty even in here. We've got natural light coming into the windows. But if it's pitch black dark, I want to make sure the light is behind me coming this way. Okay. So artificial lighting, let's see here. Let me just make this a little bit bigger so it's a little easier on our eyes. Okay. Artificial lighting, you guys, if I'm taking a picture, a lot of times, especially if it's daylight and the hours, like right once the sun comes up, like we're talking around 8 to 9 a.m. before it's like blaring in. And then the hours that it's soft lighting as it goes down. So maybe like 6, 7 p.m. Those are really great natural lighting hours. Now, your workout might get finished at 5:30 in the morning. And maybe at 5:30 in the morning, the lighting is terrible. Get in a practice of maybe once or twice a week or sometime, take some like post-workout pictures or pictures that are in your workout clothes when it's better lighting. Especially if you're like, every day that I do my workout and I try to take a selfie afterwards, it's like terrible lighting. Okay, I get that the hour isn't the greatest hour, so maybe you might have to rig it a little. So one of the rigs, you guys, with artificial lighting is to just turn it off. Okay, so this light up here, just off, right? Because like you can see back there, it starts to put like a glow into things, and then other things in the picture, you get lost because of it. This one here with the baby, you guys, is showing rays of sun on something versus not. If you're taking pictures outdoors or even near a window and the sun is coming in like with the blinds and you look like tiger striped, it's not the best quality image. And you can make your images look more professional simply by, you know, taking the blinds down a little so that way you don't have the stripes on yourself, or just moving out of the lighting of that, right? Like if I'm outside and I'm in the shade of a tree and you can see like all of the you know, maybe I'm on the outer side, so through the branches you can start to see sunlight coming in. It's better to kind of just step back under the tree a little bit more so that you have more of the shade over you, okay? Another thing is, this is the like dark versus light. So common activities, like these ladies are out getting a Christmas tree in the dark, which is normal, right? At that time, like it gets dark earlier, and a lot of times we go after work, so, you know, it might be dark out. But if you want better pictures, try to plan activities when the lighting itself would be better, right? So if you're like, I really want to use pictures because my brand is, you know, very outdoorsy, well, then some of your outings might need to be planned with this simple hack. They're taking pictures in daylight at a Christmas tree farm here, right? And so thinking through like timing of day, okay? Let's look at backgrounds. So one thing that can give your feed a really cohesive look versus a jumbled look is the backgrounds and the surroundings that you're in. So if you want your photos to look a lot lighter and brighter, you guys, the background makes a big deal. For what it's worth, don't tell Charlie, he's right behind me. But for what it's worth, as we're building and designing our house, everybody's like, everything's white, Brittany. And I'm like, I know. It's because it's really good backgrounds for my pictures. These cabinets are terrible, you guys. These brown, crappy cabinets in my apartment are killing my vibe. I cannot take any pictures in the kitchen because the lighting is like really yellow and the cabinets are super dark, and it just makes everything else in my feed dark. And so I don't. I try not to, at least, right? And so you can see here, like it's the same chick, but one background is a red brick wall. The other background, she found a white brick wall, okay? I've even gotten to the place with with Charlie, that I'm like, babe, whenever you see a white brick wall, like, and we're out like doing something, like you need to know as an Instagram husband that that means we should take a picture, right? Because like it's a good backdrop. It's very light. But sometimes let's take it a step further. So you know it's better on the white backdrop, but are you looking at the ground? This isn't a terrible photo at all, you guys. It's just not. But it's just not as light and bright as this one, where the ground is not this stark, drastic difference from what she was standing on. Now, if this is the color scheme that you're going for, because I think when we talk about, you know, our feed, and when we look at, when someone comes to my page, like I want them to see a certain color scheme. When I go to top coaches or really great influencers page, it's not an accident. Nothing they do is by accident, you guys. There's intentionality in everything. And I try and work really hard to create that same intentionality in my feed. And that comes with knowing your color palette. So my color palette has a lot more pinks and rosy colors in it. And so this actually would maybe work with my color palette. But if I'm looking for a really bright backdrop, then looking at the ground is important. Okay, another small little hack is like this baby's on a purple couch. Okay, maybe you're like, Brittany, I don't have a white couch, or I don't have a white background. I don't know what to do. There are so many hacks, you guys. You could lay down a white blanket, right? So obviously this one, they changed the, they put the pop of color on the baby instead of the background. Okay, because that helps pull my eye to that. Right now, my eye is stuck on this couch. So if like you're trying to sell me, let's say you're trying to sell me something, some baby clothes or baby whatever, my eye is not off that couch. So you're not selling me anything about the baby. I don't even want to look at that baby because I'm looking at the couch. But over here, I can't stop looking at the baby because the color is pulling my eyes to that object. Okay, so it's important that we understand in any picture you have a subject, an object, and a backdrop, a background. Okay. More on backgrounds and surroundings. So I don't mind also, you guys, like I'm not one of those people that's like, don't ever show mess. Like I think you should be real in your life. And like, I think a picture like this, where the mess is in the camera angle, is called for at times, right? Like there are times where I want to see that mess because I want you, because maybe it's a part of my caption, of my copy, right? But in other situations, this gives a much cleaner look on my eye, and it's a simple crop. It's a simple crop. All they did was crop this up right there, and then it zoomed in a little bit on the people, right? Okay, down here, you'll see that this one has a door, and if I just turn the angle of my camera slightly, a little bit more head on, I just cut out that door, which kind of gave a black hole. Again, it draws my eyes somewhere that it doesn't want to be, and it's not easy on the eyes, okay? Here, a wooden surface versus a white. And you're like, Brittany, again, I don't have a white table. What do? You want to know my hack? I went to CVS. I bought a white poster board. I put it on my desk, and anytime I wanted to take a overtop photo of my laptop and my stuff, I put the white poster board under it, and now voila, people think I have a white desk. I don't have a white desk. I have a black desk. It's terrible for pictures. But if I want to use white underneath, all you need is a white piece of paper, white poster board, right? And that cost me like 10 cents to go make that little hack. And I didn't have to buy a new desk or anything like that, but it just makes it such a cleaner look, okay? So let's talk about positioning when you're taking your pictures. So I kind of said this earlier. If I have the subject, if the subject is over here and I'm the photographer, I don't want the light to be directly behind the photographer, because look at all those ladies in the picture. They're like squinting, the sun is beating on them, they can't even take off their sunglasses, right? It's really hard on not just the eye and the coloration of the picture, but it's also hard on their faces to be able to be like natural and whatever. So a better thing to do when you're outside taking pictures is to have the photographer, and so whoever's taking your pictures, and you guys, and the sunlight not directly behind you, but at an angle behind you. So trying to position yourselves for that angle, right? And so just being aware. All of this, you guys, what I find so fun about all of this is I just get to practice and explore and experiment, right? So my phone is filled with pictures all the time, because I'm constantly saying, what's a good angle? Or how do I get the shadow out of that? Or where do I stand so it doesn't do that? Or how do I angle my phone, either selfie way, or if I'm taking a picture, how do I angle my phone so that it just looks right? And so it's a lot of just playing around and practicing and just having fun with it. Okay, I view my Instagram feed kind of the same way I would view something like the art of scrapbooking or any sort of creative art like that, where it's very hands-on, because I'm literally just playing around with colors and lighting and angles and what things look like. Okay, a couple of my photo hacks. So I use presets. You guys, what I use is called Light and Airy Photographer, and that's their handle on Instagram if you want to find them. When I bought a new package the other day, and when I bought this new package, there was a promo code. I think it was Hello Fall 20. Hello Fall 20. They might still have it. I don't know. But I bought a pack of 10 presets. Plus it gave me like all the stuff pretty much that I just gave you guys in terms of pro tips and whatnot. And it gave me like the PDF of how to upload the presets, how to use them, all the fun stuff, right? Gave me everything I needed. And I think with the promo code, it was like $37. So not a bad investment. And that's literally how I take my pictures from being dark to being lighter. Okay. I'll show you one I did earlier. So let me make sure I'm swiping the right way. So there's one I did earlier. That's in my house. That's normal house lighting. There's no up lighting. I don't have anything happening. In terms of artificial light, it's all just natural light coming in from the sun. And it's really not that bad of a picture, but I want me to pull off that dark couch. Okay. So I use my preset. I didn't do any of that. I literally upload a preset, which is basically like a fancy filter where they've already done all the tweaks like professional photographers will do to make it, match everything and not have one thing a little bit too much versus another. So I use presets. Go invest in some presets, you guys. I was telling someone the other day, like I used to get them on Etsy and get like the really cheap, like I'll get a $5 preset and like that'll be my thing. And honestly, I wasted a lot of $5 over the time because I kept buying a $5 one here and a $5 one there, and it just wasn't good. And so I finally was like, I'm going to invest $40 in a really good set that I know I'm not going to, that I know are going to be great for my feed, and I'm not going to just like waste the money on. Okay. Another hack is that you need to wipe your lens. Every time I go to take a picture, I wipe the lens here and I wipe the selfie lens here. And you can't believe how much, like just from the wear and tear of holding your phone and your fingers and you're sweating when you work out, all that stuff, your lens gets so nasty. And so every time, get in the habit of wiping your lens front and back every time and take your picture, okay? That's such a simple hack, but like literally changes the game every single time, from a photo that's like really grainy and unclear to like, oh, all of a sudden it looks like I have a brand new camera. Like I said before, angles matter. So have fun and play around with what angles look the best for you. For you. I know because I'm short and like, you know, a lot of times like, I don't know, it makes me look taller when the angle comes down on me. And it just also makes like my figure more flattering when the angle is slightly downward. Plus, I think that's how most people see me in real life anyway, is slightly downward, right? People are looking down since I'm short. So I know that that's the best angle for me. So I'm not afraid to ask. Like there are times when I tell Charlie, hold the phone higher, right? And so don't be afraid to ask the people around you to take the picture of the quality that you want. You're the one researching it. You're the one investigating. So don't be afraid to ask. Recycle good pictures. And like I said, photograph everything. Even if you're not using it today, it might be something you want to use later, right? So I'm always taking pictures of my food. I'm always taking pictures after my workout. Obviously, I need to for checking in with my challenge group, but I don't always use the picture that I take in that moment for that moment. I come back and I recycle pictures, okay? And that's pretty much it for pictures and photography and lighting. Do you guys have questions for me on the topic? Let me stop the share. Hold up. Okay. While you guys are thinking of questions to ask, Amanda said for the next club, can you make the days different colors since everyone posts and it changes the recent posts? Yep. Easy.